On Coruscant, the night felt wrong. City lights burned outside Anakin Skywalker's window, but they could not silence the fear inside him. Padmé was still dying in his dreams. Palpatine was still whispering that only forbidden power could save her. Then the future opened. It hit Anakin like a blade. He saw black armor, burned skin, a mask breathing like a machine. He saw Jedi cut down in cold halls. He saw children hiding in terror. He saw Padmé reaching for him with tears in her eyes, then falling into darkness. And at the center of it all stood Darth Vader. He was not some distant monster. He was Anakin. The vision broke, and Anakin stumbled back, choking on his own breath. Palpatine stepped closer, calm and patient, as if he had expected this. In that moment, Anakin finally understood. The Chancellor had never wanted to save him. He had wanted to shape him, break him, and wear his soul like armor. Every fear had been fed. Every doubt had been used. "You lied to me," Anakin said. Palpatine's smile faded. "No," he replied. "I showed you destiny." But destiny no longer looked glorious. It looked like ash. Anakin's hand moved to his lightsaber. He was shaking, not from fear, but from truth. If he stayed silent, the Jedi would die. Padmé would die. The Republic would die. Then the office doors sealed shut. Red guards moved into position. Palpatine's yellow eyes gleamed in the dark. Anakin ignited his blade, and for the first time that night, the Sith Lord stopped pretending. Blue light flashed across the room as Darth Sidious raised his hands and smiled. The future had warned Anakin. Now he had to decide if he was strong enough to fight it. And in the next heartbeat, Sidious struck first. Sidious moved first. Blue lightning tore across the office, smashing into Anakin's blade and filling the room with white fire. Anakin dropped to one knee, but the vision of Vader still burned in his mind. He pushed back with a cry, rose to his feet, and charged. Their sabers crashed through Palpatine's chamber. Glass shattered. Statues split apart. The Red Guards rushed in, yet Anakin cut through them with fierce, clean strikes. He was not fighting for power now. He was fighting to kill the future before it could begin. Palpatine circled him like a serpent. "You cannot stop what is coming," he hissed. "The Jedi are already blind. The Republic is already mine." Anakin attacked harder. Every blow carried fear, rage, and shame. He saw the younglings again. He saw Padmé dying. He saw himself trapped inside black armor, serving the man in front of him. That horror gave him strength. At last, he drove Sidious back toward the great window overlooking Coruscant. The Sith Lord smiled, then changed tactics. "If you strike me down, Padmé dies," he said. "Only I know how to save her." For one fatal second, Anakin hesitated. That was enough. Sidious blasted him across the room and hurled a desk into his chest. Pain exploded through Anakin's body. Alarms screamed. The office doors slid open. Mace Windu and 3 Jedi Masters rushed in, blades lit, sensing the dark side from half the city away. Palpatine turned at once, dropping his mask of weakness. "Traitors!" he roared. Anakin forced himself up and shouted the truth before Sidious could twist it. "He is the Sith Lord. He played us all. Do not let him speak." Then Coruscant shook as clone troopers began moving across the capital, and in the Force, Anakin felt a storm coming near. Anakin had chosen the Jedi over the Sith, but he was already too late to stop the first move. Across the galaxy, the clones were waiting for one command, and Sidious was ready to give it. Anakin did not stay in Palpatine's office after the first clash. While Mace Windu and the other Masters locked blades with Sidious, he ran. Not from fear, not this time. He ran because Padmé was now the center of everything. If Palpatine was lying about saving her, then every choice Anakin had made was built on poison. He reached her apartment before dawn. Coruscant was alive with sirens. Gunships crossed the sky. The Republic was starting to tear itself apart. Padmé met him at the door, shocked by the ash on his robe and the panic in his eyes. She had seen him angry before. She had seen him wounded. She had never seen him haunted. "Anakin, what happened?" He tried to speak calmly, but the truth broke out of him. Palpatine was the Sith Lord. The war had been shaped from the shadows. The Jedi were walking into a trap. Then his voice failed, and he told her the part that truly terrified him. He had seen himself in the future, Not as a Jedi Knight, not as a husband or father, as Darth Vader. Padmé stepped back, stunned. Anakin pressed on, desperate now. He described the black armor, the burning pain, the dead Jedi, the fear in children's eyes. He told her he had seen her die because of him. "I was the monster," he said. "I became him." For a long moment, Padmé said nothing. Then she took his shaking hands. "Listen to me," she said. "The future is not fixed. But if you let fear guide you, it will become real." Before Anakin could answer, a coded message flashed across Padmé's console. Obi-Wan was asking where Anakin had gone. At the same moment, the Senate district thundered with distant explosions. The purge had already begun there. Padmé now knew the truth Anakin feared most. The monster called Vader had not been born yet, but the galaxy was already moving toward him. And somewhere in the chaos, Obi-Wan was coming. Mustafar burned beneath a blood-red sky. Lava rivers cracked the black earth, and heat rolled through the air in heavy waves. Obi-Wan Kenobi stepped from his starfighter expecting the worst. Padmé had said Anakin fled here after revealing the truth about Palpatine. To Obi-Wan, that sounded like the start of betrayal. But Anakin was waiting on the landing platform with no army at his side. His lightsaber was still clipped to his belt, his shoulders were low, his face looked pale, tired, and shaken. Behind him, the doors to the Separatist control room hung open. The council leaders were alive, disarmed, and guarded by shattered droids. Anakin had reached the edge of darkness and stopped. Obi-Wan kept his blade in hand. "Why here?" he asked. Anakin answered at once. Sidious had sent the Separatist leaders to Mustafar to erase the last witnesses and blame the war on the Jedi. Anakin came to stop that final move. Then he told Obi-Wan the rest. He spoke of the vision, the black armor, the dead younglings, and Padmé dying because of him. Each word struck harder than a saber blow. "I saw Darth Vader," Anakin said. "I saw myself." The anger in Obi-Wan began to crack. He saw fear in Anakin, but also shame. Real shame. Not the rage of a fallen Jedi. Not yet. Then Anakin did the one thing Obi-Wan never expected. He dropped to one knee in the ash. "Master, please. If you still believe there is good in me, help me fight this." Obi-Wan finally lowered his weapon, but not his guard. Before he could answer, another ship screamed through the clouds and cast a long shadow over the lava. Padmé had arrived, and behind her, a darker shuttle followed. Its shape was all too familiar to both men. For one brief moment, Obi-Wan had his brother back. Then Mustafar trembled beneath the coming storm. Because Sidious was not about to lose Anakin Skywalker. Without a fight, Palpatine's shuttle cut through the smoke above Mustafar and settled on the landing platform. The ramp dropped. Darth Sidious stepped out first, robes snapping in the hot wind, while clone troopers fanned out behind him. Their rifles rose at once. Obi-Wan moved in front of Padmé. Anakin stood frozen between the people he loved and the master who had almost owned his soul. Sidious stared at him with pleasure. "Come back to me, my boy," he said. "You have seen the future. You know only I can save her." The words struck deep. Anakin still wanted that promise to be true. He still wanted power great enough to stop death itself. The dark side called to every fear inside him. Mustafar made it worse. The fire, the pain, the rage in the air, it all felt like the world Darth Vader should have been born in. Sidious sensed the weakness and attacked. Lightning burst from his hands. Anakin caught it on his blade, but the force drove him back across the platform. The clones opened fire. Obi-Wan blocked shot after shot, buying Padmé time to reach cover behind a fuel crate. Sparks flew. Sirens wailed. The station felt ready to break apart. Then Sidious changed targets. With one savage strike of the Force, he smashed Padmé's ship and sent burning metal across the deck. Padmé fell hard. Anakin turned and saw her trapped beside the flames. For 1 second, the vision returned. Padmé dying. Vader rising. The old hunger rushed back, begging him to take the power Sidious offered. But Anakin made a different choice. He ran to Padmé, pulled her free, and placed himself between her and the Sith. When he lifted his lightsaber again, he was no longer reaching for power. He was choosing family. Sidious saw the choice, and his fury exploded. If Anakin would not become Vader willingly, then the Sith would destroy everything around him instead. And on Mustafar, the real war for Anakin Skywalker had finally begun. Mustafar did not end with victory. It ended with escape. As Sidious unleashed lightning and clone fire across the platform, Obi-Wan and Anakin fought side by side at last. Padmé was carried to the ship. The Separatist leaders were left behind. Then Anakin blasted open a path through the troopers, and the three of them fled into the smoke before the Sith Lord could close his grip. They did not return to the Senate District. Coruscant was already turning hostile. Clone patrols were locking down the capital, and the Jedi Temple burned against the night sky. Instead, Obi-Wan took them to a hidden safe house, once used by Bail Organa. There, the surviving masters gathered in silence: Yoda, Mace Windu, and a handful of shaken Jedi who had escaped the first wave. No one trusted the room. Not fully. Anakin could feel it. He did not blame them. He stepped forward and told them everything. Palpatine was Sidious. The clones carried hidden orders, and when the command came, they would turn on every Jedi in the galaxy. "Order 66, Anakin said, his voice low. "I saw it. I saw the temple fall. I saw the children die." The room went cold. Mace reached for his saber, anger rising again. "And why should we believe you?" Because Yoda felt the truth before Anakin answered. "Clouded, the future is," the old master said. "But pain this strong does not lie." That truth forced an impossible choice. To save the Jedi, they had to treat the Grand Army as the enemy. To stop Sidious, they might have to abandon Coruscant itself. A warning signal was sent into the Outer Rim. Surviving Jedi were told to run, hide, and trust no clone officer. Then, the floor beneath them trembled. Gunships came hunting them. The warning had gone out, but not fast enough. Order 66 was no longer a vision. It was happening, and the next battle would decide whether the Jedi could survive the night. The safe house exploded into motion. Jedi scattered as clone gunships fired through the upper levels and shook the old structure apart. Glass rained across the floor. Smoke filled the halls. Obi-Wan ordered everyone to split up and reach Bail Organa's emergency transports before the building collapsed. Anakin stayed at the rear with Mace Windu. Together they cut through the first wave of clones, pushing through the doors. It was brutal and fast. These were soldiers Anakin had led for years. He knew their voices. He knew their faces. Now every shot they fired felt like another piece of the Republic dying in front of him. Then Sidious reached into the battle through the Force. Anakin felt it at once. Rage, pain, power. The same dark promise returned, sharper than ever. "End this quickly," it whispered. "Crush the clones. Break anyone in your way. Become strong enough, and no one you love will ever fall again." His strikes grew heavier. His breathing changed. A clone captain went down hard under his blade, and for one terrible second Anakin wanted to keep going. Mace saw it. So did Obi-Wan. "Anakin!" Obi-Wan shouted. "Do not fight his war his way." The words hit like cold water. Anakin looked around and saw fear in the room, not only from the clones, but from the Jedi beside him. He stepped back, horrified by how close the darkness had come. Then he changed tactics. Instead of driving forward in anger, he used the Force to seal blast doors, collapse walkways, and open a path for the others to escape. But Sidious was already ahead of them. Across Coruscant, the Senate prepared to hear a story. The Jedi had betrayed the Republic, and as the survivors lifted off into the burning night, Palpatine began naming his empire. Anakin had won the battle inside himself, for now. But Sidious was about to win the galaxy with words, fear, and power. And the final chapter would decide whether Vader's future was truly broken or only delayed. Mustafar burned beneath a black sky as Anakin Skywalker stood on the landing platform, chest rising, eyes fixed on the yellow glare of Darth Sidious's shuttle. Obi-Wan lay wounded nearby, barely conscious. Padmé struggled to breathe, shaken but alive. In that terrible moment, the future hung on one choice. Sidious emerged with his guards behind him, expecting obedience, expecting the broken hero he had spent years shaping. Instead, he found silence. Anakin looked at his own hands, at the blood and ash covering them, and finally saw what he had become. He had slaughtered the Separatist leaders. He had marched on the Jedi Temple. He had choked the woman he swore to protect. The promise of saving Padmé had led him here, and yet she was dying because of him. Sidious stepped forward and called him by his new name, Darth Vader. The title echoed across the lava fields, like a chain closing around his throat. But Anakin did not kneel. He turned away from Sidious and dropped his lightsaber to the metal floor. "Vader is dead," he said. Sidious smiled first, as if amused by a child's rebellion. Then his face hardened. Blue lightning burst from his fingers and tore through the air. Anakin caught it with both hands through the Force, boots grinding against the deck. For the first time, master and apprentice met as enemies. Obi-Wan opened his eyes and saw the Emperor attacking Anakin. For a heartbeat, he thought he was dreaming. Then he understood. The Sith had turned on itself. With pain cutting through his body, Obi-Wan dragged himself toward his saber. Padmé saw it too. Fear still filled her, but beneath the fear, something fragile returned. Hope. Sidious attacked harder, furious now, and the platform shook under the pressure of dark side power. Anakin answered with raw strength. Not elegant, not calm, but unstoppable. He had spent years serving war, pain, and anger. Now he turned all of it against the man who had poisoned his life. Steam rose around them. Metal screamed. Behind the fury, Anakin reached for the one thing Sidious never truly understood. Love. Not love as weakness, not love as possession. Real love. The kind that demanded sacrifice. The kind that told him Padmé's life mattered more than his fear of losing her. That truth hit harder than any blade. With a cry that shook the burning complex, Anakin hurled the Emperor backward through a tower of control glass. Obi-Wan finally reached his lightsaber and rose to one knee. He stared at Anakin, seeing the rage still burning inside him, but also the crack in the darkness. He had waited too long to stop his brother before. He would not waste this chance. Without a word, he joined the fight. Together, the former master and fallen student forced Sidious back into the refinery halls. The Emperor moved like living hatred, red blade flashing, lightning bursting from his free hand. Yet for the first time in decades, he was pressured. Obi-Wan fought with precision. Anakin fought like a storm. Every strike drove Sidious farther from his shuttle, farther from escape, deeper into a collapsing maze of fire and steel. Clone pilots overhead received sudden orders from Coruscant to secure the planet, but the command channels began to fracture. Across the galaxy, the shock of Anakin's break rippled through the Force. Some Jedi felt it and paused. Some clones hesitated without knowing why. Inside the chaos, Padmé pulled herself to a comm station. Her hands trembled as she sent one message on every emergency band she could reach. "This is Senator Amidala. The Chancellor is the Sith Lord, Mustafar. Send help." Bail Organa received the signal. So did Captain Rex, who froze when he heard her voice. The lie at the center of the war was finally cracking open. Sidious sensed the message and roared. He blasted Obi-Wan into a wall and drove his blade toward Anakin's heart. Anakin caught the strike at the last second. The two locked face to face, fire reflecting in their eyes. Sidious hissed that it was already too late, that the Republic had fallen, that the Jedi were almost extinct, that fear would always rule the stars. Anakin answered with words he should have spoken long ago. "Then the stars will learn to fight back." He drove forward with everything left in him. Obi-Wan rose again. Their blades crossed with Sidious's in a burst of white heat. The floor split. Lava flared beneath them. For one endless second, the Emperor slipped. Anakin reached out through the Force, not to save his master but to tear away the shuttle controls and strand them all on Mustafar just as a new fleet dropped from hyperspace above the planet, answering Padmé's warning and changing the war forever that night.